Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 2 between LawLiet and StarShaped. Game 2 taking place here on Twisted Meadows. And Twisted Meadows, one of those maps that really needs no introduction. It's been part of the ladder map pool as far as I can remember, as we are going into a Priestess of the Moon this time around, coming in from LawLiet. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what's going down from StarShaped. StarShaped is also going for a Potom, and it is Potom versus Potom as both sides open up with True Shot Aura, and this is really just a mirror match, both sides exchanging damage to each other, and this is the best showcase of random number generator. Who is actually going to come out ahead, who has taken more damage, and it could be that they are just shooting each other at the same exact amount of time. You can see a little bit of stutter step coming in, and LawLiet is ready to commit to this, trying to finish off the unit. All right, there you go. You can see both of them attempting to stutter step a little bit away, and oh, LawLiet gonna be able to break off just in time, and LawLiet, who would have been closer to his Moonwell, now backs off. 47 hit points compared to 53. Oh, one extra arrow, and now LawLiet will be forced to retreat, heal back up. StarShaped cannot hope to actually engage at this point, knowing that the Priestess of the Moon has picked up a bit of hit points from those Moonwells. Meanwhile, down over here, a Wisp looking to do a little bit of path blocking. Is it going to be successful? No, it is not. Not able to spot it in time, as the Priestess of the Moon here now heading back home. Let's take a look. It looks as though it is going to be Huntresses from both sides. So a very different game than game number 1, which had a Warden and a Keeper of the Grove. Not going to really spoil anything there. Meanwhile, here in game number 2, we are going into a dual Potom matchup. Back down over here, it looks like one Wisp. Oh, it looks like the Wisp of StarShaped is actually going to get forced to detonate right there, as we are looking at the Huntresses of LawLiet attempting to take down a Moonwell. This potentially could be extremely bad, as the Priestess of the Moon does show up. One Moonwell will be forced to cancel, as the Priestess of the Moon now getting some easy damage onto LawLiet in addition to the rest of the Huntresses. Alright, 3 Huntresses now putting pressure once more. It looks as though, yes, LawLiet is going to get a free engage on these units once more, as we are still looking at level 1 heroes coming in from both sides. Alright, some easy damage now coming forth, as we see 3 Huntresses against a Priestess of the Moon and a Huntress here. This could be bad news for LawLiet. LawLiet needs to make sure that he does not get overwhelmed, and that's exactly what is happening right now. StarShaped, just with a much larger number of Huntresses, gonna be able to push out his opponent, but his opponent is now going into Glaives. Surprisingly opening up with Glaives instead of Huntresses, as the Moonwells are now trying to do a bit of massive repairing. Alright, there it goes. You can see the Glaives are starting to do a little bit of damage here. What is going to be happening next? The Glaives trying to just pop all of those units, and this is not turning out all too well, as a second Glaive now being added. Huntress of LawLiet needs to back off. LawLiet gets taken down once more, as we are looking at the Glaives being used to stop this Ancient Protector rush from StarShaped. StarShaped now in a serious dominating position, as the Glaive throwers should be able to really stop this attack. Or if we see a third or fourth, no, Invorkable Blades and a third Glaive thrower now being added, and this might be just the right amount of damage as an Ancient Protector is taken out. All right, let's take a look. Priestess of the Moon now being forced to back off. Who has more experience? It looks like LawLiet's Priestess of the Moon has a little bit more experience, as this Ancient Protector taking far too much damage. All right, Priestess of the Moon now in position. Oh, what is it going to go? Where is it going to try, and what is it going to try and do, as the Priestess of the Moon still dancing around? That is still a significant amount of damage. There is a Scroll of Town Portal, and there is 2 Moonwells inside this base, just enough to pretty much heal back this Priestess of the Moon and engage if necessary. All right. Apparently attempting to clear out this base a bit in order to make a bit of a play outside of the space. And I'm not exactly sure what they can do here. Perhaps try and build a building that's hidden, as we are now looking at a glaive coming in from StarShaped. StarShaped, with a glaive of his own, can now force a bit of aggression. And now this is just going to turn into a very, very long, drawn-out battle. Glaive Thrower now being forced to back off. You can see one Ancient of War in position, another Moonwell being added, as 3 glaives and a Priestess of the Moon are now rolling out to engage the enemy. All right, Ancient Protector firing some rocks. You can see the Priestess of the Moon getting in some easy kills there, as the boulders deal so much damage. 45 to 54 piercing damage on an unarmored unit. Priestess of the Moon here now sitting at level 2, and LawLiet is actually looking very strong. If he grabs Searing Arrow, I cannot imagine that there's going to be any problems here whatsoever. Yes, there's Searing Arrows, and there goes one more Glaive Thrower. All right, damage is now slowly racking up a little bit more, and there goes the Priestess of the Moon. No Priestess of the Moon death, as you are now looking at a bit more damage being absorbed by StarShaped. 5 Glaive Throwers. Moonwell is currently on the repair, and the Keeper of the Grove, who is sitting at level 2, wants to get to level 3, but needs to figure out a way to do so. Alright, the Glaive Thrower down to 43 hit points, needs to perhaps back off, and we are going to be looking exactly at that. Alright, Rock Golem dealing a fair bit of damage to the rest of the Glaives. The Glaives are now backing off again, as the Forest Troll Trapper now looking to pull back. So far, what is happening here? You can see that the Priestess of the Moon attempting to take out the Mud Golem, and there you have it. The Priestess of the Moon is pretty much ready to go. There you go. Gonna go ahead and take it down. And there is a couple of Wisps now repairing the Wisp once more, as you see more blood just splattering. LawLiet using pretty much an all Glaive Thrower strategy to stop his opponent. And now this may turn into Glaive Thrower Wars 2014. I don't remember the last time I saw 3 Glaive Throwers, let alone 9 on the field at the same time. Alright, so is it 10 now? Wow, we are up to 10 Glaive Throwers, as a Sobi Mask now dropped. Sobi Mask could be useful for the Priestess of the Moon, who is using Searing Arrow. Searing Arrow is rather mana intensive, but does deal significant bonus damage. True Shot Aura at level 2, Glaives dealing an 11 damage attack bonus, and here we are going to go ahead and turn back around. Alright, damage really starting to rack up in here. Level 4 now on the Priestess of the Moon, as the Glaive Thrower needs to back off. A beautiful pickup by a Zeppelin in order to stay alive, as the Priestess of the Moon should be able to get some more kills here. Alright, Priestess of the Moon of StarShaped really taking too much, and is this one Glaive Thrower gonna really stay alive at 15 hit points? It does appear so, as the Glaives are just falling left and right for all the other units. There goes a Glaive Thrower, there goes an Archer, and LawLiet is going to easily take this game with a hero advantage from, I believe, 4-1, as the Priestess of the Moon was taken out moments ago. Alright, Glaive Thrower, 15 hit points, still alive. We're looking at about, 10 Glaive Throwers on the field. 10 Glaive Throwers going to be more than enough to destroy this base in a sheer matter of seconds, as the Glaive Thrower here now down to 115 points, down to 70 points. That is still some significant damage, as the Wisp now is starting to harvest some lumber. Alright, low hit point Glaive Thrower taking a fair bit of damage. Archer's going to try and dive straight up onto it. Not going to work, though, as you can see that the Glaive Thrower is just going to continue to move forward. Archers attempting to take down the Priestess of the Moon. The Priestess of the Moon, however, far too strong, as the Priestess of the Moon perhaps should have been attacking the Glaive Thrower there, and that Glaive Thrower may end up falling. Yes, that level 2 Searing Arrow plus True Shot Aura, more than enough. We are now at plus 16 damage, and LawLiet pretty much showing why he is a very, very strong player, taking out StarShaped in just under 11 minutes 30 seconds. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 2. Please stay tuned for game number 3.